We're back. I can't believe it. This feels so odd. We are finally back. Y'all, I am so sorry about last week. Our internet carrier, they're great. They really are. Um, they got us. Our modem went down Monday morning. I mean, at like 9:30 in the morning, the modem goes down. Right? No internet, no TV. Our phones. Oh, that's a whole separate issue. But the point is, they FedExed us a new modem. Bless their hearts, they're on it, good service. But we had a tropical storm move over Tuesday, messed everybody up. Our house is on a little bit of a hill. My front yard was working hard to become my backyard. We got that much rain. So it's not our provider. It really is. They're good folks. But y'all, I am so sorry we missed last week. The week before that was not great. Tired coming off a show. And the week before that was a show. I think that's the first time I've missed these in over a year, and I'm sorry about that. Consistency. That's what we're looking for, y'all, but thanks for being here. Thanks for coming back in. We've got something to talk about today. Now, it's going to sound like a snooze fest, but I'm a little light on content simply because our phone service, we used up our data. Trying to get on the phone, trying to load their website so I can tell them exactly how I feel about them and not in a bad. Right, 30 minutes to load their web page. And oh boy. Oh boy. Anyway, so y'all, we're back up. We're running. I'm going to be off a Wednesday in 2 weeks, but we'll talk about that next week. But the point is, I'm a little light on content because with my phone, my Facebook, the fan page is not loading. Oh, for as much as we pay for our phone and because of the live, we really went up there. I think we're second from the highest service, and they're going to do this to us. Oh, I've been with them for years. Mom worked for them when I was growing up, been a loyal customer. I don't know how many years, and they're going to treat us like that. Bye. But anyway, the point is, y'all, sorry about last week. We're back. We're on it. I'm going to miss one here pretty shortly in about 3 weeks. But after that, we're here. We're here every week. Y'all, thanks so much for sticking by. Last week at 3:01, it was fingernails on a chalkboard. I'm not kidding. I was fit to be tied. Nobody's fault, right? Nobody. Anyway, so y'all, sorry about that. We're back on it. Got a good subject for this week. It's going to sound like a snooze fest. It isn't. It's a subject that's come up a number of times lately, talking to customers and friends and whatnot. We're going to talk about it. There's some good outcome. But right off the bat, it's going to sound like, okay, I'm going to leave and we'll see you next week. No, don't. Stick with me for a little bit. You'll see where we're going with that. But also, too, Sam, Lee, Daniel, Eric, y'all, thanks for being here. It means more than you know. Really stressed over it. It feels like, you can fall out of the habit of something so fast. And then I load YouTube, and this is all spam risk. Goodness gracious. Where was I? Yeah, right. So where was I? We've met. Yeah, right. We met. It feels like you can just so quickly get out of the habit. Like, okay, yeah, YouTube. That's where I was. So I pull up YouTube, whole new setup. 15 minutes to go for the live. Whole new. It was working. Oh, can't do that. We got to change it, right? We got to change it up. So we made it. We've got the Canon camera going. We've got audio. I think boss says looks good. All right. We are on it. Let's don't sneeze. Because bad tech week. Oh boy. My wife was out of town last week. No TV, no internet. I got a lot done, but not my favorite way to go about it, right? And I don't even really watch TV. It's just that background noise. It just makes the house feel a little less lonely when you're home by yourself. So, Bandit Blades. Yes, you're exactly right. I couldn't load the fan page. Thank you, my phone service. I'm not going to mention them. Oh boy, do I want to. Oh boy. Anyway, I haven't been able to get on the fan page since Monday afternoon. That's making me crazy. I go one day missing that, and I feel like I'm being an absolute jerk to everybody that's putting stuff up on there because unbelievably beautiful work. Ladybug bag. Oh, come on. Is that the coolest thing I've ever seen? Anyway, Heston, we got to bring this one up. Spent over 30 hours. Let's see, on my first set of saddle bags, I used a light brown dye and blue lacing in my buck stitch. I think that's my favorite combination of colors is a light brown and a blue. Entered it into my local fair and won. Champion. Score. Congratulations. And if there's not a pick, and I know I should know more, if there's not a pick on the fan page, drop that in because I would love to. We'd all love to see that. And you're going to get some big kudos. Yeah, you sure will. Heston, very cool. Congratulations on that. Let's see, Don Lapham. Yeah, it used to be you could just do the thumbnail. No, now we got to pick a thumbnail. We got to, it's like 5 steps to get us up to the live. Really? It's working. We got to change it. It's no. Okay, so anyway, all right. Let's see, Jan, Chuck time after the advice I got from everyone. I decided to get some modeling spoons for a special piece I'm making, and I saw another comment here. And we just jumped way ahead. Y'all, thanks for the great comments. Thanks for all these great comments. Y'all make this thing. I'm just sitting here talking too. And if y'all want to communicate back and forth, tricks and tips and y'all, I'll just be here and talk. I don't mind being in the background. I do not mind. So, yeah, it sounds like I've had too much coffee today, doesn't it? Stanley Waldo with us. Very nice. Let's see. Okay, Jan, here we go. Let's see. Maybe I didn't order the right ones, but it isn't working for me. The modeling spoons. I can't get the level of detail that I want. Jan, I don't know how much I can help there. I typically use my spoon simply to soften the edges on my tooling, our swivel cuts. But at the same time, and I saw your comment, but I didn't have time to run up. With my previous employer, I had someone that worked with me, Amber. Loved her to death, love her. Still, I haven't talked to her in a long time. She did a Viking ship on a journal cover for me. Totally done with spoons. And it was absolutely beautiful. I'll see if I can grab that. Maybe I can put that on the fan page. And then everybody goes, yeah, right, Chuck. We've been waiting for pics for the fan page I'll get there. I will. I promise you. Let's see. Jan, I'm not sure how I can help you on that one. But you're always welcome to email. Absolutely. And the fan page, the messenger, you can always do that. It's just info@weaverleather.com. I know I can't remember that. Yeah, we bet. Right. Anyway, info@weaverleather.com and the email will come to me. So, Jan, I'll do my best, but maybe someone else can pitch in and help. Let's see. Stanley off of work. Best time of day, isn't it? That last 5 minutes of work and that next half hour afterwards. Best time of day. Best time of day. I haven't fallen into that independently rich thing yet, so I'm starting to give up. Rare Breed is with us. Very cool. Bandit Blades. Y'all, I feel like we haven't gotten together in forever. It's a weird feeling. I did the show, which, I had to miss the live for that. It is what it is. But the next week, tired, just exhausted from a show. So that wasn't a great live. Then we missed last week. I really feel out of whack on this. So we're going to try to bring it back together. We're going to try. Okay, Douglas Shaw. Hello, friends. Hello, right back to you. Very cool, Douglas. Eric, I really should. Is this just not indicative of the leather crafter? I really should create more and acquire less. Where does all this crap come from? It's like our house. There's 2 of us. When we moved over here, we had a garage sale, and I mean a garage sale. We sold. We made like $800 a quarter at a time, right? God, oh crap. We're back to where we were. I don't know where it comes from. Sorry to roll on that one. Yeah. Okay. Lots of projects I would like to do. Some started, others dreamed of. Indicative of a leather crafter. I'm the same way. And I bet everybody that's with us today has the same feeling. There's not enough hours in the day to create all the things I want to make out of leather. And there's things I haven't even thought of, right? There's things we haven't even thought of yet. And the 100 list. Well, it started as 100. We did this 2 weeks back, all the things we can make out of leather. Zipper pulls. How did I miss that one under Z? So we'll keep adding to that list, and we'll see how many leather items we can make out of, or how many items we can make out of leather. That's a great list because there's stuff on there we'd never think about. So, but Eric, with you on that one, absolutely. Flashpoint Bravo, glad you're with us. Says, man, I missed these first one in like a month. Okay, so you're not feeling like I've not been here. That at least that is a little bit of help. Thorsten, hello right back to Germany. The Outlaw, greetings from Sweden. Big hello right back to Sweden, y'all. I'm honored that you're with us. I really am. We never saw this coming. We never saw this coming, and so happy for it. How well has this worked out? Guns and Diesel 419 going well. I hope you are doing well as well. Wednesday afternoon. All right, we're over the hump. Some of us are well past the hump. A couple of us still have the hump to get up to, but I think for the most part, we're either there or past it, right? So weekend coming up. Weekend. Yay. Homeowner. Yeah, weekends don't have the allure they used to. I think this weekend I'm washing the house. Yeah. Oh boy, is that something to look forward to. I wash my house on the outside. I try to wash it in the fall, because it's the South. We get, a little mold here and there, and the gut, blah, blah. This isn't weather related. Anyway, it is a funny point because on one end of our house is kind of like that. So we've got a basement, mid-level, and then we've got like a bonus room upstairs. So it's like a 3-story on one end of our house. I bought this telescoping stick pole that it's for pools, for cleaning pools. So you're brushing in on it. This thing's like 25 feet long. To hit the peak on this end, it looks like a Cirque du Soleil act because my bucket's 25 feet over there, and I try to have to work this thing up. I can do it. I can do it if I really stretch. But yeah, it looks like So Cirque du Soleil, they're probably going to call me now and say, "Hey, can you do that?" No, I'm not. Lane McCullough is with us. Hello, right back to London. Level Up Leather. No, okay, I changed the name. Nice. Powell Custom Leather is with us. Y'all, what a blast. I'm seeing so many new names. I have nothing from last week. Well, there wasn't. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, it's kind of lost in the noise. So the fan page, I'm not able to get onto that. We talked about that. But also all the comments and the new names from 2 weeks ago kind of, fade into the background. We're on. We're consistent again. So I'll be back up with fan page. Hellos to new folks. Comments from last week. We'll be back up on that. I might be a little light on content today, but we've got something to talk about that's of utmost importance. Now, the only good, or what does it say? Yeah, the only bad vice is advice, right? So this is just my opinion, but it comes with a lot of experience and talking to people and being out there and doing it. So we're gonna talk about that. It's gonna sound like a snooze fest, but we got a good joke to open it up. So I don't think I'll be short on content because on this one I can really roll. But anyway, it's valid, very valid information. Powell Custom Leather is with us. Hello, right back. Powell Custom Leather. Let's see. Dermot Cox Kearns, Wicklow, Ireland. Oh, it's good to have Ireland in the house. I hope you're doing well. Let's see. Oh, you're kidding. Zach Canavan. Is that correct? Please forgive me if I butcher your name. To me, that literally is the most rude thing you can do is mispronounce somebody's name. But some of the names I'm not totally sure of. I'll take a shot. But hey, Chuck, I'm watching from Dorset County, UK. That sounds familiar. There's one T in that. We've got 2 T's. We added a T somewhere along the way. Not really sure why. Never found that out. But it's certainly good to hear from the homeland. It really is very cool. Let's see. Zach, I appreciate you. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate everybody being here. Y'all make this thing what it is. Let's see. Don Lapham. 3 weeks, perfect. I'm at annual training. Oh, well, I hope half of that is fun. Dinner and whatnot, getting together with folks you work with. Oh, gosh, Daniel Reach. Chuck is light on content. Still talks for 3 hours on one breath. No kidding. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. Talking about leather and the problems. Get me to shut up. That's a trick, right? And we're probably, a lot of us are like that because it's our baby. It's our thing. And our shops are full of light and happy and wholesome products and good feelings and fun. Our shops are a great place, and I hope everybody feels that way. Even if you're working on a small desk in a corner, it's still your shop. It's still your work area. Um, let's see. Okay, Douglas Shaw, the load time is a problem in loading the Weaver catalog. How's the printed catalog coming? I haven't heard, but I think it's in the works. I think we're in the works on that one. I'll ask the boss on that one. Um, that's my baby. I've been pushing for a catalog since day one, 6 years. Actually, my anniversary was August 1st. So, been here a little over 6 years. Feels like a couple of weeks. It really does. Um, let's see, Ralph Morrow. And hey, right back to you, Ralph. Oh, Chris Gould, Norfolk. Glad you're with us, Chris. Very much so. Oh, Steve Buckskinner, 54. There we go. Hello, fellow leather crafters. That's exactly right. Have you noticed we can go pretty much anywhere in the world and we've got a friend? That I love travel. Museums, got to go to Munich, still talking about it. Haven't done that much world travel. But to me, and y'all probably feel the same. Yeah, I love a museum. Love to see in the museums and whatnot. I want to go out and be with the folks that live there. What do they do for a living? What do they do for entertainment? What do they eat for lunch and for dinner? That's what I want to see when I visit another country. And got to do that in Munich. Just friendliest people I've ever met. Food. I ate every brat and drank every kind of beer I could possibly find. And I think I settled on the Weiss beer. I think that's my absolute favorite. It's a beer, wheat beer. The monks used to drink it because it's full of nutrients. So when the monks would fast, that's what they would drink. That could keep their health up. But it's really good. And the woolwurst. It's a white woolwurst. Wow, comes in a big tureen. Oh man, and they have the best mustard on the table. And you ever go to a Mexican restaurant, and there's always chips and salsa. Always. In Germany, it's these pretzels and this mustard. Oh boy, you're full before the food ever gets there. Okay, I'll stop rolling on that. Anyway, loved my trip to Germany. Can't wait for all this mess to get over because I'd love to see some other countries, y'all. And if I hit your country, you're going to get a phone call because we're going to go out, visit, and eat something good. And I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. Let's see. Backdraft 2221. Hey, from North Carolina. Close to us there. For anybody that's new, I'm not in Ohio. Weaver's in Ohio, Eastern Ohio. I'm actually in Atlanta, a little bit northeast of Atlanta. I work from home. So if anybody's new, I'm in Georgia. Eric, let's see. Glad to be here. Finally, there you go. Robert Delisle. Good afternoon. Right back to you, Robert. Kels J. Oh, happy to see the live again. I am too. I was mad. I was not mad as a hornet. That's not right. Last week, not mad. Just fit to be tied. I mean, I was 3 o'clock, waiting for that package to come. If that thing got here at 2:59, I think I could have had the modem set up and us rolling. I don't know that, but still, that really made me crazy not to be here. Bridget Benson's with us. Let's see, from Lexington, Kentucky for the next few days, and then back to Arizona. Bridget, I hope it's a good trip. See family, friends, maybe a weekend show. I hope so. Tobias Williams is with us. Monroe Team Senior. No, I don't have a pattern for a speed loader case. We'll put that on the list, the growing list. Y'all, I keep saying that, and I'm trying to push these out as fast as I can. We're going to talk, just finished a series, got another series coming, going to work some leather elements in there, probably an outtakes, going to get that in there. We'll talk about that. One of the biggest, coolest things that have ever happened at Weaver Leathercraft has happened. Two actually. Yeah, two actually, but we're going to talk about one because we're going to do the next thing I'm going to do is a series, I think seven segments. We'll talk about that because I can't believe we got these in. I'm just over the moon on this one. And I know it's like, gee, Chuck, you keep, working us up on these things and then you go to another subject. We'll get there. We got plenty of time. In fact, over the next year, we got 52 hours. or actually the way it goes, like Daniel said, it's maybe like 104 hours, but I'll shut up and say, that's what I tell my boss with these videos. All right, so this past series, well, let's just go to that right now. So here's the pouch that we're doing in our series, our set of 6 series. It came out great. I'm really surprised. I should not say that. I should not say that. Wow, look, it actually came out well. The reason is 2 points here. First off, other project videos, these are not plastic parts that are extruded in a machine, or a pencil. Yeah, there's pencil 1, looks like pencil 10,000, looks like pencil 500,000, right? They're just popping. Handmade products. These are handmade. Okay, add in dye, add in some tooling, add in some wet forming. We've got room for error there. So the point is that these can be very stressful because, damn, I hope these come out good. After doing 5 segments in a series, this thing better come out well. Luckily it did. But they're handmade. You know what? That's part of the point. They're handmade. And it didn't come out perfectly. I was going to do the outro to 6 that, is it a perfect project? No, it's not. And I think I might have gone a different direction there. I did 4 or 5 different outros, picked the best one, dropped it in there. But the point is, and I say this a lot, I don't like to add a groove line to the backside if I'm going to be chiseling because we're not going to hit that groove line. We can, but it's hard, right? Well, this came out pretty good. I pretty much hit that groove line. Big miss in the corner. Who's going to see that, right? Okay, ink spot. Been there from, I think, the minute we cut this leather, we've got an ink spot there. And when I look at my snap, it's just, I don't know if we can really see it. We can see it. Nobody else will ever make us bat crap crazy. My snap is just a hair off center. Can we see that? Yeah. The point is, it's a handmade project. I'm kind of surprised at how well it came out. And I probably shouldn't say that either, right? But the other point is this series, they were supposed to be, I don't know, 6, 8, maybe 9 minutes per segment. And they're coming out at like 21. And I think this one was 27 minutes. I think the one before that was 32 minutes. And even in the email, I tell my boss, this one came out at 29 minutes. If I could shut up, they'd be faster. They'd be easier. And I have a great boss. She always comes back with great information. It's great information. And that always makes me feel better. But yeah, they were not supposed to be project length videos, So it actually took me like 4 weeks to do 6 weeks of videos. Missed the point because we're going to do the armor. We're going to do the full armor. I think it's 8 videos. Cuirass, pauldrons, counters, besiges, chows, greaves, war belts. We're going to cloak. Well, we've got cloak. Anyway, but another point to this is doing this series. The point was, let's take each step and let's look at all the things out there that are there to help us on that step. I was surprised. Every time I would sit down to do a step, more stuff came in. Oh, we could use this, or we could use this. Oh, we can have. So it blew this thing up, to like 30-minute segments that were supposed to be like 8 minutes. It came out, all these things. I was surprised at how many things there are out there that are just waiting to help us out. And it's so true. I almost felt silly when I did the first title screen for segment 1. What is it? Tools and materials that are just waiting to help us out. I think that was it, right? I felt kind of silly when I wrote that. I'm like, yeah, that sounds kind of cheesy. Actually, the more I did, the more that was absolutely true. And I nailed that one, which is not common. It's not common, but damn, and I don't want to cuss, family show. There are so many things that we don't have to be creative. We really don't. We don't have to be mechanically inclined, like with our drawings, we don't have to. Stuff is just waiting up. Okay, that's enough rolling on that one. But anyway, yeah, the videos can be a little stressful because it's handmade. I hope this is going to come out. Boy, I'd sure hate to have, one go south on me right in the middle of a video. If we do, it's going to be in the video because the project we start with, it's the project we end with, end with. it is what it is, right? I've seen some videos, and I actually had somebody at a show, at the Waco show, tell me, watching somebody else's video, like when they're tooling, they'll tool something wrong. Well, the next scene, it's tooled right. Well, it's not dishonest because the video is to teach us. But at the same time, if there's a mistake, there's a mistake. And it is what it is. But for the new folks, it happens. I mean, I'm sure Peter Main, Jürgen Volbach, I'm sure these folks make mistakes. We just don't see them. Now to them, a mistake is a miscut, where a swivel didn't meet his, you couldn't see it with a magnifying glass. We all make mistakes. And I don't care how far you are into this. We make mistakes. That's the way it is. So if you're new, it's a learning curve. But don't get, don't let it I'm trying to think of exactly the right word, and I'm not coming up with it. I'm losing my vocabulary, right? Yeah. Don't be disappointed. Keep working it. Keep working with it. You'll be surprised what you're going to be able to do in leathercraft. Okay. So anyway, all right. Oh man, Dean is with us. Jake Strickland. Oh, I haven't been able to join since February. Jake, I'm glad you're with us. I'm honored everybody's with us. Boy, I'm behind on these. Y'all, thank you for putting in so many. It's called job security. Yeah, it's called job security. How cool is that? Oh man, the longer ones I have trouble reading just because dead air. Yeah, dead air. J&B's Homestead. Yeah, nailed it on that one. I would like to see a set of bids dealing with leatherworks for bikes, for bikers. Oh man, there's so many things to do for a motorcycle. I want to get a motorcycle so bad. I used to ride a Husqvarna WXC 350, big old thumper. Man, that thing loved it. But it was dirt, woods, right? I'm just hesitant to go on the road. I'm just hesitant there, but been looking at them. All right, so Pete, yeah, it sounds like Pete. Night for today. I see your I haven't seen your name in a while. Oh, cool, Josh. Oh, I was hoping. Okay, so in one of the videos, we're using the end punches. How many cool things can we do with the end punches other than punch the end of a strap? I mean, it's like that's the smallest part of what that tool can do. So Josh is saying, I love the idea of using my round end, English point, and round hole punches to create border designs. Is that not the coolest thing? And there's unlimited ways you can go with that. Unlimited. I've got a pair of leggings that I still have not completed. I don't know why. But anyway, they've got the English point, right, with a heart shaped, with a purple suede behind them, descending size spots, I don't know where they are. Yeah, I do, but I'm not going to leave the shot to go get them. So many things we can do with our end punches that out of nowhere, right? And I've said it's such a utility tool. We kind of streamline that because we need to punch a strap on a belt and then we move on to the next step. But if we take some of these tools and we start playing with them, oh crap, the things that we can come up with. And very likely we can come up with something nobody's ever seen because nobody really thought of taking that utility tool and doing this with it, right? So, Josh, thank you for putting that in there. That makes me feel much better. That's Rocco 1204 with you on that one. Thank you. This thing just jumps, and I cannot seem to keep it from that. Let's see. Okay, Jan Nagel. Okay, Mike Swaim. Hello from Houston. Hello right back to Houston. Glad you're with us, Mike. Grew up in Houston. Let's see, Jan Nagel. The fact that you fret about your projects as much as I do gives me a good feeling about moving on with my project. I want it to be perfect, but let's face it, it never will be. It's hard to keep. It's absolutely, that is a fact of handmade, but it's hard not to want it to be perfect. You know, but if we aspire to that, our project's going to be the best that we can be, and that it's the best that we can do, and we're going to be happy with it. Absolutely. I know. I was looking at my pouch. Well, we don't need to look at that again. Uh, Young Canoe, Young Keanu. Yeah, please forgive me if I mispronounce our names. First time in a stream. Learned a lot from your videos. I am young. I am so glad to hear that. Thank you for being with us today. What a pleasure. Oh man, let's see. Okay, J&B's Homestead. I always mess up when it comes to the tooling. I will always mess the whole thing up. J&B letter stamps. Let's just talk about that, because oddly enough, it seems like the letter stamp is about the last thing we do on our project before we die it. Leather stamps have killed more projects than probably anything else in leathercraft. I almost avoid them, and not really, but sorta, because we can line them up. If we pay attention, we drop in our ruler, tape it down, line those up, make sure on the bottom of our stamp we've got the letter facing us. Still, there's so many things that can go wrong with letter stamps. I love them. It's a love-hate thing. So, J&B, yes, it happens. Leo, there's Leo Walde. Very cool. Dean, yes, okay, Dean, yeah, I'm okay with 24 hours of talking. You can always pick up stuff during conversations. You're exactly right. And then when I worked with a prior company, and kind of the same here, I learned more from the customers than they learned from me. I'm not kidding. That is absolutely true. Okay, Pam Watson, Daniel reaches doing the challenge, and Daniel, that's very cool. Thank you for doing that. That's really touching a lot of people. How very cool is that? So Pam Watson, Pam's with us. I'm almost finished with the second July challenge, and I'm determined to get the August one finished before the end of August. That very cool. Very cool. Those are gorgeous. I haven't jumped into those, and I'm sorry. That's the fan. My name's on the fan page, and I run a little behind all the time. Just trying to keep the videos going and the lives going, and it's a lot. Love it. Wouldn't have it any other way, but I'm always a little behind. And on the fan page too, I try no less than 48 hours, but I try to be there every night. I should be back on there tonight. I'm going to try to let my phone load. Oh man, let's don't go back to that old chestnut. Yeah. All right. Mike Swain, really Conroe, not Houston. Grew up in Spring, graduated from Klein High School, and Sam Houston State up in Huntsville. Yeah, Debison's with us. There we go. Don't sweat the little mistake. You're exactly right. That's a hallmark of handmade. I mean, it really is. If we think about it, to quote another legend, happy little accidents. You're not going to see that with a machined piece. You might. There's a dud pops out, I'm sure, once in a while. There's a bad pencil that falls out now and then. But it really is the hallmark of handmade products. And there's no two ever alike. If there's a small mistake on this one, it's probably a different mistake on no two alike. How cool is that? Literally, to have the only one in the world on this whole planet, that's pretty cool. So, yeah, there's an upside to mistakes beyond the learning curve, and not making the same mistake twice. Yeah, I didn't study on that class, evidently. But also too, and this is a good point, perishable knowledge. It really is. A lot of this is perishable because if we don't practice it, and I wonder if that's why they say lawyers practice the law or doctors practice, because if you don't practice it, you lose it. You lose little pieces and parts, and I do that all the time. I'll be working on a project, and I'll think, wait a minute, I remember I did this differently, and you know what? Out of nowhere, I look back, I think, oh yeah. Sometimes I have to go back to my own videos to see how I measured something or worked something. I hope that's good information. Y'all, I'm hoping these are full of good information. Let's see, Jay Doyle. What is the thinnest leather weight that can be tooled? I've seen a 2 to 3 ounce tooled, and it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. That's a trick. It's a trick. That takes some experience to do that, but you absolutely can, down to 2 to 3 ounce. And I bet we've got a kip skin, I think that's a 1.5 ounce. Gorgeous liner. Gorgeous for a liner. It's a little expensive, but the flesh side, I don't even want to put glue on it. It is that beautiful. It's like velvet. And the top grade, it's got a little bit of a grain to it. I love the kip skin for lining. Very supple, very supple. Yeah, give it a shot. You can absolutely tool all the way down. I've seen it done. I've not done it. But if we know it can be done, that's half the battle, right? If we know it can be done, that's halfway there. Let's see. Oh, man, J&B's Homestead. I'm envious here. I have to get back on the challenge. Just getting back from the cross-country trip on the motorbike, drove from Virginia to Yellowstone. Oh, man, you had to bring that up. I thought we were friends. No, I'm envious on that one. No, Greg, yeah. Usually review the casing video every time because I can never remember the process. I talked to the boss about that because I kind of almost feel the same way. And not so much that I can't. What's the exact amount of time to soak it in the water, to let it dry before we case it? And exactly how much time after we take it out of the casing, whatever we're doing to case it there, how long before that stamp is perfect? Because if we pull it right out, and maybe in a half hour, 45 minutes, that leather's mushy. It's not going to take a good stamp. In fact, it's going to look funny. Have you ever thrown a rock into mud and that mud goes, right? That's exactly what the leather's going to do. But if we get just the right time, and that's hard because we got to plan ahead with casing. I have trouble with this. Like if I'm going to tool tomorrow night, I got to start casing today. Well, if tomorrow night comes up and we go out to dinner, or I just don't want to go to the shop. Well, I've had a piece cased for about 5 days with no issues. The issue is mold. Obviously, it's a wet piece. It's mold. Now, I've heard a couple of the pros say you can put just a touch of like dish soap, or I think one said like mouthwash, just a dab, not enough to affect the leather, but to keep that water clean, right? I think you can go days and days with it sealed and cased before you pull it out to tool it. But that's the critical time. And I almost feel like I'm rushed because I get that to where it's just getting back to its natural color and I start tooling. Boy, when you do, and when you hit that with a bevel or a backgrounder, wow. I mean, the tool, it's almost like it tools itself, right? But I almost feel rushed because now the clock's ticking, right? The clock is ticking. I got to tool this before it dries out. And Peter Main, my hero in tooling, he says he'll wet edges and let that water wick in. Now, don't hold me to that exactly, but your edges are going to dry first. Even when it's being cased, edges are going to dry first. We can always add more water. We absolutely can. We can add more water. Don't let, we got to tool this. We can. Yes, we can. But we don't want to add water and add water and add water more and more and more because our tooling is going to back out a little bit. Now, my level of tooling is probably not going to be noticeable, right? But with the big folks, their tooling, yeah, that's probably going to be noticeable. So I asked the boss, hey, what about a leather element on exact times? She said, well, it sounds kind of like, what we've done before, but we're going to talk about it because that's a good one. But also she brought up bake hardening because I've been working on that. What are the exact times? That's what we need to know. Not, well, let's put in about 200, maybe give him roughly 20 minutes. And then I want exact times, right? And y'all probably want the same thing, So we talked about a hardening video. Let's be a little more specific. So that may be coming up. Good Lord, it's 20 to 4. I haven't even gotten to our subject matter today, right? Okay. We might not because I'm hesitant. I don't want my opinion. I don't want to push my opinion. You know, it's built on valid quality knowledge that I've gained and from people around me. Let's do that. Let's do that. Lawyers and accountants. Let's dive into this. And don't leave yet. I know you're going, oh crap, I'm going to leave. Give me a chance here because valid information. Valid. Okay, the point here is this, and this has come up over the last week or two, or maybe three. Some questions here and there. I thought, man, this would be a great. All right. So you want to, you're working on some crafts you might sell a couple items here and there. Well, at some point you go from maybe doing this for a living, being just simply a fantasy that's so far out there. Well, maybe it's a viable option. Maybe not yet. Don't, if you sell 4 cups a month, that ain't going to pay the rent, but over time, as your sales start to increase a little bit, it becomes more of a reality. And it did for me. That's why I worked my full-time job until I was working almost overnight to get orders out. I picked up a big customer right off the bat. No, I built my business on a big customer. Museum Replicas. They're east of Atlanta. Great company. Love the owners. They were having trouble getting leather products in. And a friend of mine worked in their shop. They used to make all their swords. Their swords used to be Del 10 blades. Yeah, right. So they would assemble all the swords and axes and stuff in their shop. Had a good friend that worked there. He knew I did a little leather crafting. He said, hey, they're having trouble getting leathercraft product in. Do you want to talk to him? I said, well, sure. I came out, talked to Hank Reinhardt, was the name out there. If you ever, I don't know if you can Google Hank or not. Hank passed away some time back. Anyway, saw my work. He loved it. He said, well, why don't you go over to purchasing? I'm like, okay. Maria loved her. She, bless her heart, has passed too. This is a long time ago. This was 94, right? She cut me a $1,300 purchase order. They couldn't get rapier carriers and 3 types of sword frogs and a studded belt. $1,300. Yeah, like almost 30 years ago. I took it home. I cussed my way through that whole order. I am never touching another piece of leather again. I can't believe I took this order, delivered it, gave me another $1,300 PO, a check. Yeah. And another PO for the same amount. Right. I guess I'm in business. Right. So I was working late every night and then I had to be at work. I was working at a print company. I think we started at 7. So I was working till like 2 a.m. and like sleeping 4 hours a night. Anyway, me. Anyway, the point is, all right. So this information comes from that. And my aunt and uncle started a business. My uncle started a business literally as a teenager, sweeping the floor. He was sweeping the floor at a little art shop. They built that into the most prominent print finishing business, in my opinion, in the country. They were honest. They were good. They did beautiful work. So they were, there we go. They were a very respected company. So a lot of my knowledge comes from them as well. Okay. So here's where I'm going with this. So you kind of think you might start working this towards maybe a viable option and not full-time, not there yet, but okay. You want a lawyer and an accountant. And now I know what it was. Oh crap. We're going to talk about, you'll see where I'm going with this because I think, a lawyer is not going to cost you $10,000 a month on a retainer. They're not the people the lawyer jokes. Come on. I got the best lawyer jokes going, right? What is, hold on. What's black and brown and looks good on a lawyer? A Rottweiler, right? Yeah. Okay. I got a bunch of them. Okay. Anyway, that's not who you're going to run into. Okay. Not who you're going to run into. But here's the biggest point. Get a lawyer, get an accountant. You're not going to have to put these folks on retainer. The point is you're building a relationship with somebody that you're going to need. Okay. A lawyer. The lawyer is going to help you set your business up for a number of reasons. First off, like my firm, I know I've got so many things to say on this. Because it's such a valid point. Sorry, I got something in my eye. There we go. Don't find a lawyer online. Don't go to Bob's Legal Stuff, right? And get a lawyer. Get a referral. All right, you're thinking, oh man, I don't. We all know somebody that has a lawyer. We all know somebody that owns a small business that we trust or has done. Get a referral to a good lawyer because they're going to help you set your business up. One of the pieces of advice I got from my aunt, who ran the administrative side of the company, start your business today like you're going to be running it in 10 years. Start your paperwork, your payment. Okay, we're rolling on that. I know this is going to be a little disjointed, but the biggest point here is that your lawyer is going to help you set up your business. Now, here in the U.S., we can go sole proprietor. We can go LLP, LLC, subchapter S, partnership. There's all kinds of ways you can go. Your lawyer is going to be able to tell you what's best for you. I went with a subchapter S because that is now, your business is now completely separate from you. Everything is separate. Your bank account is separate, your credit cards. But because of that, you're now a wholesale buyer. You're not going to pay taxes on your raw materials. But also, your car, you can pay your car payment through your business because now you're using that as a business. There's so many things you can write off, right? You're going to save if you pay your lawyer $400 for a consult, he's going to save you $5,000. And I'm not kidding. An accountant is exactly the same way. We're going to talk about an accountant here in a minute. I got a great joke about accountants, and we're going to talk about that. But with your lawyer, they're going to help you set your business up. Now, in the U.S., there's something called a fictitious name act. Here's why this is a law. All right, so you pick a name for a company. Great name. All right, Seagull Incorporated. Okay. Well, you get all set up. All of a sudden, you get a letter from the IRS that says you owe $120,000 in back taxes. No, I don't. What's happened is somebody 20 years ago had that same company name and they screwed the IRS. And I've got some funny thoughts on the IRS. You're going to be a little surprised. Very easy folks to deal with. I'm not kidding. Yeah. Anyway, so what's happened is that now you've taken on the name of a company that used that name and screwed people, right? Okay, UPS. You try to set up a UPS account. Super easy to do. Super, right? Okay, now they come back. Hey, you owe us $5,000. No, I don't know it. That's the fictitious name act. That's going to protect you from that happening to you. Now, I understand. I know all of a sudden everything itches. I believe this law is still correct. If you use your name in the company name, then you don't have to deal with the fictitious name act. I think, but see, your lawyer can tell you this. Okay, here's another one. And this is with accountants too. Do we, as small business people, or hopefully will be, do we look at every legal periodical? Do we look at every accounting, every tax? No, we don't. No, we don't. That's not our job. Our job is to produce product. That's their job. Has anybody ever had people below you? Delegate. That's right. The best manager delegates and walks away because they've hired competent people to do that job. Okay, that's right. So the lawyer's going to handle that. But also, I have a big firm. I'm on a retainer, $400. I think it's a year, right? A year. We can squeeze, and they're great to deal with. They're right with payment wise. Anyway, in that firm, there's corporate law, there's contract law, there's like 9 lawyers. I can't think of all the laws, but they have like 15 different types of lawyers in that building. So now I'm connected to these people. I never had a legal issue. I never, ever had a legal issue. But they're also going to set you up with your copyright. So now you can legally copyright anything that you create. I had somebody, and this is typical knowledge. I mean, these are things you'll hear out there. I know I'm rolling on this, but this is so important. Way back at the beginning, I had a guy say, Chuck, you need to do a poor man's copyright. I'm like, what? He said, all you do, he said, take your design, put it in an envelope, and mail it to yourself. I'm like, that's crap. No, this is the best way you can do a copy. No, it's not. All right. And I mentioned, just talking to my lawyer, Matt, he's a great guy. Very right. He's not the lawyer that you hear about. He said, picture this, Chuck. He said, if you happen to have a copyright issue, you and your letter are going to be at one table and the other person and their lawyer is going to be at that table. Go ahead and write your check because you're done here. right? Yeah. But judge, no. Okay. You have somebody in your court. You have somebody that's there behind you. Okay. Lawyer. Yes, you can do legalzoom.com. Absolutely. What are we going to get sued for? I had one person at one time, all of a sudden, all my products appeared on their website. I wasn't making them, right? Well, evidently, this person was selling my products and getting someone else to make them for him, right? My lawyer sent him a letter. Did not, no threats. No, this is what a decent lawyer is, not an ambulance chaser. This is what a decent lawyer will do. He just sent him a letter. He said, you're so and so. That's clear. That's clear violation of copyright laws. I think that's all it said. He sent me. Man, I tell you what, by the end of the week, there was not one design on that website that I had created. And that was the end of it. That was the end of it. And that letter probably cost me $100. That's the point. You've got somebody on your side that's always on top of every law and every change that's always going on, right? And yes, all right, I need this copywritten. There's going to be a fee for that. Yes, I need to set up a subchapter S. Well, yes, okay, there's going to be a fee for that, but you're not paying these folks every month. They're lawyers are not the people that you hear about. Okay, I know I'm rolling on this, and I hope this is not boring or tedious. Okay, accountants, same thing. Don't pick an accountant out of the yellow pages, like Bob's Accounting and stuff, right? Get a referral. Okay, here's the joke I was telling about. That we had a writer, a columnist here in Atlanta for decades, Louis Grizzard. He wrote a couple of books, and they're kind of comedy-based books. But he said I was starting to make some money. I felt like I needed to hire an accountant. So he said I called an accountant in, and and I thought, I'm going to break the ice with a little joke. We're just a little joke. So the accountant comes in, he's got glasses, pocket protector, big overstuffed briefcase, and he sits down, and Lewis says, okay, I was going to open with a joke. Tell me, what's 1 + 1? And the accountant gets this real serious look on his face. He gets up out of his chair. He goes all the way around the office. He's closed all the blinds, all the way around. He gets back to the door, closes the blinds, locks the door, sits down, and says, what do you want it to be? Right? Yeah, that's not the accountant we're looking for. Right? But it is a pretty good joke. No, your accountant. And again, my taxes to do my business taxes and my personal taxes were $275 a year. At the end of the year, I send in my monthlies. They handle it. Yet again, they are on it. He reads every periodical, every tax change. Here's the kicker here. Guess whose name is on your return along with yours? That's exactly right. So if you have a tax issue, send them the letter. They're on that return too. But here's another piece of advice my aunt gave me, and I remember this all along. Pay your taxes. It's as simple as that. Okay, it's the law. Well, yes, it's the law, and that's how our governments operate and pay their bill. No, it's more than that. It's good business, it's good morals, and it's good principles. Okay, here's the other side to paying your taxes. You don't want 10 years from now, the IRS comes back and says, hey, we don't have a receipt for this deduction. And this happened to my dad. We don't have a receipt for this deduction. It was $10. Dad had deducted something from a business trip for $10. Dad told me, he said, I spent 8 hours on the floor of my office looking through receipts. How much money did he lose? He was a salesman selling the big jets. That could have cost him $40,000. But that's why you have an accountant. You have somebody in your corner that's there to bat for you. You got to go to court over some tax issue. That accountant's going to be there with you. Their name's on that return just as well as yours is. So, okay, I think that's the gist of it. And I hope this is good information. I hope that this wasn't tedious or arrogant or pompous. It isn't. It isn't. Lawyers and accountants are not the people they are typically made out to be. Some are. Yeah. Some are. But typically they're not. That's why you get a referral. That's what you get, a referral to somebody that you know is above shelf. You know what? Everything you do, everything they do is going to be honest and on top of it. But also a big point, and we'll stop rolling here because we got stuff to look at. Crap, I forgot what I was going to say. and it was a really important point. Anyway, okay, well, so that's the spiel here. You can get LegalZoom and you can get Quick. I used QuickBooks, yeah, and it worked. But take the information QuickBooks spits out and take that to your accountant, because if you pay your accountant $275, he's going to find $4,000 worth of deductions. I guarantee it. You are almost paying them to pay you back, right? But you got somebody in your corner. Oh, I remember relationships. If you start early, what's happening? And the younger generation is losing this. You build relationships, particularly with your banker. And my dad just drilled this into me. You build a relationship with your banker, because at some future point, you're going to have to come in and say, Ed, I need $10,000 right now. You know what? If you've known this banker for 20 years and you've been dealing with him and you've been paying debts and borrowing, paying it back and on time, he's going to say, there's your check. Knock yourself out. Same with a lawyer. Same with accountant. We're building relationships. Online, you are dealing with software that does not care a whit whether you're in trouble or happy or not. So old school, build a relationship. All right. So that's enough of that. I hope this is good, solid information. That'll help. And I hope, maybe you sell $100 a year. You know what? You're in the plus and you're having fun with it. But if you really start to get all over it, and that opportunity to be your own boss starts to become a reality, start your business today like you're going to run it in 10 years. All right. I'm sure there's plenty more there to talk about. Oh, lawyer jokes? Oh, come on. I can go an hour on lawyer jokes. All told, though, they can really, if you get a referral, they can really be great people and your best friend. If by chance you ever need them, they're there with you. They're there with you. Okay, so all right, I know I've just ran all over the place on that. 356. I feel bad about keeping everybody past 4. We all got jobs and chores and kids and family. Let's see. Zinka, a new name. It takes a great accountant to handle those of us who farm, ranch, and have all oil royalties. Wow. And also a side business. I could never do my books myself. Thank you for putting that in there. That gives me a little confidence that was good information. And okay, one more, because next week we're going to talk about customer service, and it's going to be fun. I got a great joke about customer service. Yeah. But I was doing a panel at DragonCon, and it was on the business of our craft. So, I gave that whole spiel. And right after that, the guy literally jumped up. He couldn't wait for me to shut up. He jumped up and he says, I don't need an accountant. I use so-and-so, And he started asking somebody else a question. And I was thinking, oh, you are going to get nailed. Just that type of person, I know I'm superior and infallible. You can't tell me. I guarantee that guy has been sued and lost his butt, because he's in front of a judge with his laptop. But Your Honor, my laptop says, and then the person over here, their lawyer's there with their note sheet. Guess who the judge is going to? Anyway, I still remember that guy, and that just Anyway, so next week we're going to talk customer service, because there's some funny points here, but there's some very valid points. I had customers calling me up to a year after I left my job, my previous job. And it's easy. Okay, one of the, your most persnickety, abrasive, hard to please customers almost always turn into your best, most loyal, friendly customers. I can prove it. I know, and I'm not going to mention names, but I can mention 5 literally off the top of my head that were calling me a year after I'd left my previous employer. And it's easy to do. It's easy to do, but also got a great joke there about whether you're a customer or a prospect. Okay. All right. So we need to do this, because all right, I need to keep my job, right? So, all right. Notes from the boss. Let's see. All right. Notes from the boss. Let's see. All right. We're having a double punch points. Let's see. We're having double punch points today and tomorrow. So anything you spend, you get twice the punch points. So if you're signed up, go take advantage of that. If you're not signed up yet, go sign up and start saving today when shopping on weaverleathersupply.com. Okay. New stamps are on the site. That's what I've just been busting at the seams. Okay. One more, Weaver liquids are on sale for 15% off with promo code Weaver15 or Weaver15. Okay. We're going to go long. For not having any damn content, we're going to go long. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I used damn again. Damn. Okay. Family show. Since day one, we have needed new stamps. We have had a very poor selection. They're okay. We got some basics, we finally did it. And I can't believe the level of stamp we have gotten in. Okay. So right off the bat, look at this packaging. How cool is that? We actually have a leather piece in the packaging with that stamp on it. That's cool. And I love the packaging. Okay, let's open this up because right here, and I don't think I'm off base saying this, we have got a tool here that's running for about 25 bucks. This tool from all the major manufacturers would be $60, $80, and $100. I can feel it. This is a heavy tool. Brush finish, beautiful knurling. I cannot believe we are going to start selling this level of tool at that price. Okay. So here's what I'm talking to the boss about, and she seems to love it. I've got 7 categories of stamps that we're going to do a series. I'm probably going to start a series tomorrow on seven categories of stamps. Oh, now I'm on now. Oh man. Okay. Let me see if I don't have it down here because, okay. Yeah, I wrote it down in a rare move of organization. I actually did this. Okay. So we're going to do, yeah, but listen to these stamp categories: geometric, woven. Now this is like our braids, right? Woven. And that may turn into 2. We've got 80 something tools here. Okay. Basket weave. Because I think we've got 9 basket weaves and not just your standard base. Yeah, we're going to do a leather element, well, a project or leather element on each one of these as a category. Okay, borders, specialty. These are gorgeous. Combinations of stamps, unlimited. And I think that one's going to run away with me. That may be 2 videos there. And then maybe the last one, my favorites. Because one of these is the tool I use on my armor. And I've kind of kept that a little hidden because we didn't carry the tool. We do now. All right. So unbelievable that we got these stamps in. I am beside myself. That is one of the most quality tools I've ever seen. And for 25 bucks, come on, that is a great price. Oh, I mean, and I've got to play with them. We're not, okay. Can we see any of that? I got to play with these. Okay. The one thing, in one of these stamps, we can do like 7 different things with it. Yeah, you'll see. Okay, let's see. All right, tooling. For tooling, I'm not going to do tooling because what we're going to do is all the stamps away from tooling. We'll do tooling stamps later, but we're going to do all the other stamps. So that's like 70 stamps, right? Basket weaves. 8 basket weave stamps. Okay, so anyway, I'm busting at the seams. I can't believe we got this level of tool at the retail price that we're going to let those go for. I'm beside myself. I've got 86 tools here. They sent me one of everything. Oh man. Okay, so anyway, all right. There's one more thing. Another big happening, and I might have mentioned this, I might not. Barge now available in the pint size. First time ever. And I glued this. We used this glue to glue this together. I almost felt like I didn't even have to add sewing. That glue is love the barge. Okay, so anyway, pint size, more affordable to all of us. I don't know this, but I'm kind of thinking in the back of my mind, maybe this will change up the shipping situation. Maybe go from but don't hold me to that. The boss is going, shh. Okay, don't hold me to that one. All right, Dragon Con. All right, we've got a little bad news. We're going to have to cancel the Houston TRF trip. I'm sorry on that one. My best friend, he and I have been doing Ren fairs for 30 years. He's got to have some surgery. Nothing. It's going to go great. The problem is he's not going to be recouped enough to spend 14 hours in the truck, 2 days wearing armor, 14 hours in the truck. Another one of us, James, bless his heart, got mold in his house. Big dollars there. We just spent $1,200 on our air conditioning. It's just every one of us has got some kind of an issue that it's just making it, excuse me, that it's just making it, we're going to shoot for next year. Y'all, if anybody was looking forward to that, I apologize. I really do. It's just a bad timing, just bad timing. We'll be there next year and in force. There's 8 of us at the very least. There's 8 of us in our group. So, all right, Dragon Con doing 2 panels here. Let's see. All right, costuming comfort, battling the elements. All right, designing for the elements, whether full body armor, ball gown and corset, spandex and tights, using strategic ventilation and alternative materials helps keep you comfortable regardless of the weather. Our panelists discuss techniques to ensure the perfect look while preparing for the elements. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to add into that one. I'll be there and okay, the second one though, leather crafting techniques, designing, patterning, and attaching leather. Okay, the first one, let's see, Saturday at 1 p.m. At the Hilton. That if you've never been to Dragon Con, it's like 5 of the biggest downtown hotels are packed. It's a party in every lobby, bands, bars, man. Anyway, all right, so the Hilton, room 302 to 305. So that room seats 350 people when they open up all 3, and it's usually packed. Second one, that one's going to be Sunday at 5:30. Same room, Hilton. And they're both an hour. So, all right. So on that one, done there. I think we've got it knocked out. I think that's everything we needed to bring up for today. We're at 4:06. Okay. So we're going to wrap it up. And I'm so behind on these. Okay. J&B's Homestead. Any of those stamps come in sets? No, they're all separate, sold separately. Oh man, Dave Robb. Dave, thanks for being with us. My wife made a rule: if I'm not at my bench, I don't need more. She's got a point. You know, she's got a point there. Flashpoint Bravo, you got a question there. Customer service might be able to help. I'm not going to be able to help you there. Oh man, Judith Wright ordered and you shipped on a Tuesday and it took FedEx over a week to come. Never happened. We're just having problems. You know, weather has been an issue because we've had like 3 tropical storms bounce around on us. The COVID, we're having trouble getting people to work. As long as the government keeps paying them more not to work, we're never going to solve that issue. Yeah. Wow. The brains in Washington. or Moscow or Beijing or whatever. Yeah, they're all the same. Oh boy, if I disappear, we know why now. Oh, Zinka. Yeah, okay, 2 p.m. here was hauling hay, but got rained out. I finally could see a live viewing. I've been a lurker watching these a day or so. If you don't worry about that, no lurkers here. No, let's just dispel that word. Watch these when you can. We know we don't have the perfect time to air these. We really don't. In the evening might be better. You know, like if they were at like maybe 10 East Coast time, that'd be 10, 9, 8, 7. We've all have jobs, families, you know, and I know Weaver doesn't. I would do these at 10 o'clock at night and love it. Weaver doesn't want me to do that. Weaver is the best company I've ever worked for. They would not want me doing that. We didn't expect when we started these almost a year and a half ago that they would be so worldwide. I mean, it just wasn't a thought. Never, you know. Sorry, y'all. If you can't see, you're not a lurker. No, you can add in comments on YouTube. Jump in when you can. Y'all watch, add comments. Don't add comments. Read, don't read. You're in a big family of friendly people that are just dying to help out. Obviously, right? I think our last. Oh, I need to shut up, don't I? See, here's the problem. Okay. Anyway, all right, y'all. I am going to shut up. I am going to shut up. All right. We'll be back next week. 3 o'clock East Coast US time. Please don't feel like that. Just watch these whenever you want. But I'm so happy when anybody gets, a couple of minutes to jump in live, drop in a comment, a hello, a question. Oh, and the fan page, again, drop in your projects on that. I say that my name's on the fan page and I don't put project mainly because we see mine. We see everything I make. Now and then I get a project done. But anyway, most of what I do is for Weaver, literally. And I couldn't be happier to do that. I couldn't be. And to spend time with y'all. Now, I'm not going to cry. I did that 2 weeks ago. Well, I'm not going to cry on the air again. Maybe. Who knows? All right. So anyway, I'm going to leave this open for a couple of minutes after we close out. I've seen so few. I've probably seen 1 out of 80 of these. But I will. I'll go through them tonight. I'll scan through tonight. But the next week, next Wednesday morning, I go through these every comment. I absolutely do. Takes about 2 hours. Thank you. Thank you. Job security. But yeah, we'll leave it open. So if you got a comment, I didn't get to see it, I apologize. Or you got a question or an answer, to somebody, I'll leave this open for a few minutes. You got room. You got time there to do that. I am so, my cursor bar is like this far from the top. Y'all, I went off on the rant, the accountants and the lawyers. We got to do some lawyer jokes. I mean, okay, next week, we'll do some lawyer because I got some good ones. I really do. Okay. Kevin Walsh. I know. All right. I made my first rubber wallet last night and I'll post it on the fan page tonight. I'm designing my own pattern to cut out and it worked. Score. There you go. Bob Haney, I hope you're doing all right. Well, it used to be full. We're feeling good. That's right. It's like an empty horn at a rent fair, sign of distress. Y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure. I hope it's good information. I hope it is. And I hope it's relevant. I really do. But y'all, thank you so much for joining us, for viewing once the live is done, but over on YouTube, dropping in your comments. Y'all make this what it is. You absolutely do. And I love you guys and I love spending time with y'all. Blessings to each and every one of y'all across this beautiful world. I hope you have a great evening, a good rest of the week, a good weekend. We'll be back next week, 3 o'clock. Absolutely. I don't see any tech issues. I'm going to try to do my best to keep that from happening. But again, y'all, bless you. Thank you so much for being here. Makes my day. Y'all, good luck with your projects. But I can't seem to leave it right there. Yeah, it's like saying goodbye to family. You say goodbye for 20 minutes before you actually get out the door. But it's like family, isn't it? That's exactly right. No pun intended there. Love y'all. Have a great evening. Thanks so much. We'll see you next Wednesday. I'm going to look forward to it. I'll see if I can get some really good, very interesting, pertinent information for you. All right. So bye, y'all.